Aloha and welcome back. I'm Fade Panther and this is Final Fantasy Renaissance version 2.1. Thank you to... Oh, come on. This... Yeah, that. Dark Jack. Or Dark Jack. For letting me know that version 2.1 was announced. So I immediately had to download it, check if it worked. My virus scanner hasn't, shot it down, so whatever they were doing in the last executable, they had fixed. And they jumped from version 2.5, or 2.05 to 2.1. Okay, stop it. I am going to go over what has changed. New features. New features in general. There are 2 new job classes. Spellblade and Archer. Definitely going to try those out. New features for the Paladin specifically. The Paladin now has a brand new job-specific quest. Now here's some enhancements in general. I'm not going to look into anything. We're not going to get into a fight. Enhancements in general. Holding the sprint button, now while traveling by ship or canoe, now makes them move faster. Airship, however, makes it move slower when holding this button to make it easier to line up for landing spots. Highly appreciative of that. Repel items are now limited to a stack of 4. If you already have 4 or more in an existing save, you'll still be able to use them, but you can no longer purchase any more until you've already have 4 or if you already have 4 or more. Weapon bonuses from elemental or monster family weaknesses now apply after adjusting for the target's defense. This means enemies with high physical defense will still take full bonus damage based on the weapon's element or the monster family affinity. This is a slight change from the original, but I believe it was warranted, especially with the introduction of the Spellblades, whose main function is to manipulate weapon elemental properties or attributes. Okay, cool. Know a little bit about the Spellblade now. Changed elemental weapon enhancement spells, such as In Dark and certain Geomancer spells, to only affect the target if it has a melee weapon equipped, and won't work on bare-handed characters or those equipped with harps. I hate that they're still shafting the monk, but I understand the reason behind the harps. Added silence awareness trait to certain bosses that reduces their chances of trying to use spells or skills while silenced, so they don't end up effectively stun-locking themselves too badly. Add resist silence trait, innate trait to Chaos, effectively making him immune to silence. Evil Man is now a member of the spell-casting monster class. Zombie D is now a member of the flying monster family. Change the name of the one key to rule them all achievement to Keymaster, because there was already one ringer to rule them all achievement. Basically, it didn't really matter. And oddly enough, enhancements to Dancer and Rhythmatist. This is why I am not actually moving around with this. Increases Dance's guaranteed strong level ups for agility stat to maximum, because that was always my intention, but it appeared that I goofed it up. Mind you, whenever I'm saying I or something like that, that is actually in the docket and referencing the creator talking about this. Upgraded bravery boost description to mention something that I didn't know: the minus 50 point penalty if the dancer is blinded. Yeah, apparently if the dancer becomes blind, they don't build as much, or they lose 50 points of bravery. Holy shit. Increased gold and XP awarded by defeating Xylon. Okay. Enhancements for the Dark Knight / Death Knight. Added Dark Knight Death Knight to the job list class that can equip basic cap, head armor. Hey, that's a whole 1 point of absorb, baby. that was his statement. Alright, now, bug fixes. Oh gosh. I will go over this because this is actually important to me. Monster defense stats are half of what they should be. Note, fixing this required significant redesign of the int formula as sorcerer, cleric, and saboteur jobs traits to counterbalance the increase in monster defense stats. Yeah, going forward, they're going to be even harder to deal with unless you are one of those job classes. Added missing elemental resistances, water and wind, to ribbon. And changed the description text from resist most statuses to resist all elements. Poison stat from bio isn't displayed in party character stat boxes or triggered hurt animation in battle. This is a fixed bug. So the poison status from the bio spell from the Dark Knight and I think one of the other classes wasn't actually displaying any information. It just kind of did damage. Now it does. Moved all available spell usage display number in battle one space to the left for the Bard, Dancer, Invoker, and Dark Knight to match other magic using classes. Okay. Lava Axe should be effective against regeneration and undead, like the Flame Sword. Okay. Flashing dialogue boxes in battle remain flashing after soft reset. Oh, cool. Cat Sith's special is listed as Cat Sith in the bestiary instead of Cat Rain. Okay. Right. Chaos's physical attack paralyze should be status element. This was incorrectly flagged as non-element. Oh, okay. So being hit by Chaos could get you paralyzed, even if you were resistant to status elements. That's fucked up. Trapped Nightmare tile in Castle of Ordeals, level 3, allows 3, should be kept at 2. Basically speaking, what it means is the nightmares, there shouldn't be 3 nightmares on that tile, and now there is only 2. Changed several places in item and spell descriptions where ice element is referred to as cold element. Okay, cool. Bug fixes for the Bard Triplador. Moving character while learning Bard song inspiration or dance makes the map tile impassable. This will be the 3rd time I have fixed this one. Hopefully it sticks this time. I hope, dude. Auto harp and the like cause an error when used in a party that contains empty character slots. Oh. Bard's limit is not restored when soft resetting during the same battle in which it was used. Oh, that is actually a problem. Harps trigger marked on damage targets after hit. Should not count as melee hits. Okay. Dark Jack talked about that. Fixes for the Blue Mage / Wizard. If the Blue Mage is hit by another monster spell, if another one was flagged for learned, it can be overridden, meaning you'll learn nothing. Will now only count for the first enemy skill learned in battle unless Azura Affinity is active, in which the next one used will be the one learned at the end of combat. Okay, so what that means, I fully understand what that means. So what that means is, in battle, the very first enemy skill used on the Blue Mage is the one that will be flagged as possibly learned. Unless, during that battle, they use Azura Affinity. Once they do that, then the next one will be the quote-unquote first. Apparently there was a bug that parties reset to 1 HP after blue mage fights, where only one person was incapacitated. Okay, here we go. Bug fixes for the dancer and rhythmatist. Fixed Lord of Dance achievement, so it tracks the actual dances learned rather than counting how many you have learned. Oh! Alright. Whatever. Already got that one, so I don't care. Fixed Dark Knight, Death Knight. Fixed the Great Sword to show full sprites. Great swords were actually meant to be longer than long swords, but apparently I goofed something up when I added them. So they've been fixed. They've always been shorter than I intended until now. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Monk Master. Let's see if they fix things for the better for the monk. Combo from previous turn triggers damage when boosting next turn. That's the bug that's been happening. Okay. Remaining hits from combo roll over to Bard's Harp attack in subsequent battle. That was a weird bug. Chakra is included in Death Petrified character in healing amount calculations. Oh! Yeah, I was wondering about that. So basically before, what it was supposed to be is that Chakra divided the healing among all the active players. Well, when you had a full team of monks and one died, it would still heal like there were 4 alive. That's not what it was supposed to do. Bug fixes for the ninja. Smoke bomb enemy repulsion effect ends if you soft reset. Interesting. Warrior Paladin. Warrior sometimes attacks the same turn when activating Warcry. All of those are now supposedly fixed. So, yeah, I think I talked about the stuff that was in the 2.5. I won't have to talk about that anymore, so whatever. Yeah, I will pick up all the potions because I had forgotten that I need to do that. This episode is going to be a little shorter, only because I just wanted to get in here and show this off. Oh, hi! Whoa! Haha! So now, okay, cool. It will, like, from a glance, you can see how many spells people have. Alright. So let's take a look at this. Come on. There you go. Of weak attacks, the large increase, da-da-da. Bravery minus 50 if blinded. Alright. Also, dual wield. Able to equip 2 weapons at once. The offhanded weapon adds half of its damage rating to the total. Cool. So high damage ones you give to the first slot, and yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's still that way. This is weird. Okay, this is the only time, by the way, I'm going to do this where I switch versions during a game, during a playthrough, and that's because I was just playing this to do it. I do not know if anything that has been changed is actually going to affect this run. Really? Hold up. Hold up. Why are things going slow? No! ×2, fucker. Ooh. Bestiary. Cool. It's still filled out. It looks a little cleaner, but that might be just me playing this when... Oh! Oh my god! They weren't kidding about the experience and gold boost. Holy shit. Also, undead flying. Cool. Actually. Resist silence. Alright. So we got all that. Completion. Because there's now new guys. Okay, cool. Wanderlust? Okay. Well, we've got more things to do now. Oh, yeah. Challenge. Does that hurt? Exploit an enemy's weakness using... Okay. Craft a magical arrow. Okay. Poach a monster for materials? Okay. Still working on that, but that's fine. The Lunar Shield. Fully charged lunge attack. Oh. Complete the Wandering Swordsman's ultimate challenge. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I had the menace. Cool. Alright. Sorry I interrupted the fight. But I had to, because it was going slower. I'm like, what the fuck? Basically, I'm hoping that the button problem has been fixed. Because that has been a thing that is like... Imagine putting on a hat that has the little... if you've ever put on a baseball cap, there's sometimes the little button on the top of it. Imagine if that button has a little pin at the bottom of it. It is just on the top of your head, and you really only feel it when you smack your head or something like that. I realized I probably should have just not... I shouldn't have done quick step. I should have done the poultry polka. I'll do that in the next fight. Anyway, what I'm talking about... Just a second. My nose is stuffy. It's an annoyance that is just there, like, all the time. And it just keeps getting worse just because it's there all the time. Anyway, so yeah. We're gonna... I think we'll go until we gain a level or so. Let's do poultry polka. Once. Attack down, magic down, attack down, magic down, attack down. So that's 25. $50. Now the real question is this 25 out of their max total? So this is now 75% of their damage done gone? Or is it 25 and then 25 of that and then 25 of that? Diminishing returns. We'll find out. So far, I haven't had to worry about the freaking button thing. Love that. So, by the way, apparently this party is kind of borked because their agility score has not been going up every single level when it's supposed to. Okay, that's fine. They're, what, like, level 11 at this point? That's not that big a deal. That's, at most, like, 5-6 points that aren't there. Not that big a deal, especially considering they're not going to get to max level. Like, right now, the only time I'm going to be using the, Woo! Ha ha ha! Hell yeah! The quick step is when I'm forced to go up against enemies that do the whole paralysis touch thing. Because it doesn't matter how much damage they're doing, the problem is that they're paralyzing me. But nope. Paltry Poke. Yes, I know, my characters got such high armor. And that's kind of the other thing that makes Paltry Poke kind of better than the hit thing. After a little bit, it goes below the damage reduction, the armor absorb of Sway and the rest of them. So, who the fuck cares? Ooh, I didn't like that. So it doesn't stick anymore. But there is still the occasional double press that happens. Alright, let's just test out the... let's test out the Earth Cave a little bit. Like I said, I didn't want this to be too long of an episode. Oh, yeah. I did this in, like, one of my other videos, and, I think it's a really fucking funny joke. If you guys are at all into D&D and everything like that, anything like that, this might sound really fucking awesome. FYI, I'm gonna put a vocal change to it just because, I don't know, my mind defaults to that, but, so the setup is that in this D&D party, a bard is using the spell Vicious Mockery. Vicious Mockery is a spell that is a cantrip, 5th edition, that the opponent rolls to see if if it works on them or not. If it does, they get dealt 1 die for psychic damage, and they have disadvantage on their next attack. It might have changed in the current D&D, but current D&D is a mess anyway, so I don't give a shit. Anyway, so the bard did that, and in most tables, they prefer the people to kind of act out their, like, the insult. I personally, as the DM, often like to have the insult go the realm of, like, yeah, cool, you're doing that thing, but here's the thing. I'm gonna roll first so that you know whether or not to give a bad joke or a bad insult or a good insult. Apparently, this individual gave a damn good one. Here we go. Your visage is so hideous. The last time you had a portrait done, it required neither hammer nor nail, as it hung itself. Again, the vocal twang of that is just something that I put in, but yeah, it felt very much needed. And so the meme has that where it's like the bard and then it says the line, which I had fucked up a little. I apologize for that. Because it's supposed to be, your visage is so hideous. The last time you had a portrait done, it required neither hammer nor nail, as it hung itself. I even fucked it up then, but you know, I'm still working on being a voice actor. It's not gonna happen anytime soon. They are dealing a lot of fucking damage. Holy shit. But below that, it has. Have you guys seen the commercial for the fabric softener brand that has the teddy bear? Believe me, that sounds weird. It is, but it will make sense. Well, that bear is there in one frame, and it's marked as the DM, and then the next frame is turned its head like 90 degrees, and is looking at the person it was talking to, and like, the fuck you say? I'll definitely say this, with Poultry Polka, you don't have to cast it 6 times. Because it very much seems that, like, 2 times, and they're dealing... They could have been dealing, like, 100 damage, and now they're dealing, like, 1. I say that, but I haven't encountered an individual who's hitting that hard yet. Okay, so, anyway. So far, a lot of the minor hiccups of the controlling and stuff like that has gone away, which is... Oh my god, so nice. There. And now just kick the shit out of him. But yeah, so, I might actually just save in front of the cave and call this episode done there. Because I just wanted to talk about the stuff like that, and I kind of want to take a look at those classes. So, let's go ahead. I don't need a... Oh, that's right. Exit to title. New game, Renaissance mode, normal? So we got the warrior, thief, monk, red mage, white mage, black mage, blue mage, dancer, knight, geomancer, lancer, trainer, invoker, time mage, green mage, bard, death knight, or dark knight, spellblade. A sword wielder who specializes in elemental and enemy affiliated weapons. Notable talents, weapon enhanced magic, and bladecraft. Okay. Archer. A hunter who specializes in ranged attacks using bows and arrows. Notable talents, crafting magical arrows, poaching, and trap detection? Ah, okay. That's interesting. Well, since Arcanus Manus and red and black. So what I could do is after my dancer run, I could do a run that has the a paladin, a spellblade, an archer, and a black mage. Just so that we can get to see those 2 new classes and all that extra stuff, and that new quest that's supposed to be for the paladin. Let me know if you want me to show that in New Game Plus, or if you guys want me to show that off in full normal, so we get to see those new classes from their little baby forms all the way up to their big daddy forms. That's weird. I shouldn't have said it that way. Anyway, I'll catch you all next time. Until then, have fun, be safe, and aloha.